Captain's Log, Stardate 201505.25. Hey guys, welcome back. Captain Foley with you. I'm just going to get straight into the questions and comments from the last video, and then I got a few other things that I'd like to talk to you guys about. So the first one comes from Power543, who we all know as Commander Cockings. And I'm going to do a part of my show, my Captain's Log, where it's the Commander's Corner, basically, where he asks me a question. I think it's a good idea that he asks me a question for every episode, kind of like a commander's briefing between the captain and the commander. It's kind of got to give you guys an insight as to how we interact with each other. So here's his question to me. Thanks for the response last time and being outed. It didn't take long. And now on to my question. While the original continuity had it that the Constitution was not built for war, in Prelude to Axanar we see it being built as a response to the Klingon D7. With this in mind, and with your vast knowledge of the Connie, what would you say were its tactical weaknesses or blind spots? And you can either take the Enterprise and its capabilities, or the Defiant version, which had a larger array of tactical systems, as seen in Into the Mirror Darkly, and he loves the British guy. Okay, well, yes, the Connie that we see in a Mirror Darkly, the Defiant, does have rear-facing photon torpedo tubes, which is really cool, which is actually an advancement that I think comes along later on after the three seasons we see in TOS. I don't know if it's a refit that comes kind of before the Phase 2 refit or not, and I don't know if the Enterprise actually has them. If you play Starfleet battles, however, there's the regular heavy cruiser. There's also a Galactic Survey cruiser and the command cruiser. Now the command cruiser is what the Enterprise is, and in Starfleet battles it has additional weapons for the rear firing arc, which include two 360 phaser 1s and two 360 phaser 3s, and they're on the bottom of the secondary hull, much like we see on the refit. There's this 4 phaser banks on the bottom. Phaser 1s are the most powerful standard phaser. Phaser 3s have a lot less range and are not quite as powerful, but the 360 covers the whole firing arc. Now the phaser 1s that are mounted on the primary hull of the Connie they can fire straight back. The 2 phaser 1s have a rear firing arc, which goes straight back the line of the ship and then all the way 180 all the way around to the front. So they can take out anything on that side. So that's in the game, though. As far as the physical model goes, there is no real phasers for the rear of the ship. So I would say that's one of its blind spots and definitely one of its weaknesses. So yeah, and as we did find out in Trial and Tribulations, there's a scanning issue that they can actually decloak and during its sensor sweep, and the Connie kind of misses them and doesn't detect them. So there is a few little blind spots with the Connie, and depending on which continuity or what you want to believe, yeah. So the Galactic Survey cruiser also has additional sensor systems, as well as the phaser 3s with the 360 firing arc. My brother's probably going to chime in on this because he's the Starfleet battles expert, and Stephen Foley just appeared online on Skype right now. So while I'm recording this, Steve, I just saw you come on. So comment below. Tell me the differences between the command cruiser, the Galactic Survey cruiser, and I'll address those in my next video. But yes, there are differences, and I think the Enterprise got refitted along the 5-year mission kind of thing. So maybe it did eventually get the rear firing photons that we see in the Defiant, which is really cool. So I hope that kind of answers your question, Samuel. If not, we'll maybe try to clear it up in the next one. Maybe my brother Steve can help me out with that. So next one is from Nibanon. Why all the different starship designs and classes, Stuart, since the Borg ships are cubes and spheres? Easy. To make it visually interesting. And it's an entertainment show, so they want the ships to look good, look cool, and have people like us really love them. And I mean, if it's just a Borg or like a a sphere or a cube like the Borg, I'm not interested. I don't know about you guys. I'm just not interested. And, you know, I think it's just to make it visually appealing and interesting. And the Federation has a certain design aesthetic. Like Doug Drexler says, there's only so many ways that you can configure a Federation ship. It's got a primary hull, which is a saucer, secondary hull, and nacelles. I mean, you can jumble them around and copy and paste kind of thing, mix and match, and get some cool designs, but there's only a limited number that keep the Federation aesthetics. So, all right, next is from Steve Martino. Thanks for sharing that info on that group. I would never have known. Smiley face. I think he's talking about Beam Me Up Hottie. So check that out on Facebook. Techno Pop Tart. The HD looks VHS-like. I know. I noticed that on playback of this, of my last Captain's Log, and I don't know if it'll be on this one or not. But I'm using a high-definition Logitech webcam, but I'm filming through Windows Movie Maker, and I can't seem to access the options for the webcam to do any changes to it, except I can select either the built-in Lenovo one on my laptop or that one. That's the only option I have. And this is the same one I used to record Trekyards, which is high quality. I don't know how or why it does that. I don't know if there's an option setting or another program I should use to record this video instead of Windows Movie Maker. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know, because I would love to have a better quality picture, especially on the last one. I couldn't see the monitors behind me on playback very clearly. So hopefully we can get that sorted out and we can get high definition Captain's Logs, because, you know, this is Stardate 201505.25. I mean, come on. It's not like it's Stardate 199815 point whatever. Yeah, it's modern times. We should get high definition. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. The next comment is from Keith Burr, who's a friend of mine. Actually, he goes to the same model building group as I do, and he also donated to our Indiegogo campaign. He gets to talk to Alec Peters and ask Alec Peters a few questions while we record with Alex, so that should be fun for him. But he commented here, so let's get into that. Michael's Romulan ship is amazing. And of course, he's talking about Michael Freitas' Romulan Terrorbird, which we're doing in episode 4, which will be released next Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, which will coincide with its appearance at Wonderfest. I'll talk more about that in a minute. The details on it are top-notch. The cell phone pictures that we took at the club just don't do it justice. Can't wait to see the Trekyards special on it. I am excited to hear what specs you guys have come up with for it. I'm also wondering if you guys have ever thought of doing a Trekyards episode on Space Dock. I've always thought it was a cool design and haven't really seen much info about it. Like, its population it's too big to call a crew, I would think. Size, power plant, defensive systems, etc. Thanks for all your and Samuel's time and efforts. These are fun and entertaining videos, and they are great for the uber nerd like me. Yes, Keith, you are an uber nerd. Me and Keith and my friend Dave Blappy, we always have meme wars all the time on Facebook. So if you see one of our meme wars going on, join in, because they're fun stuff. But yes, Keith, we have considered doing a dry dock episode, or I don't know if you're referring to the dry dock or the space dock. I think I mean the space dock, the big one from Star Trek 3 that we see the Enterprise fly into. We're going to do all that stuff. We want to do space stations, space docks, ship repair facilities, everything in Trekyards. Eventually, we got so much stuff, so much to work with. We're gonna be doing the show forever. So you guys can look forward to those sometime in the future. So yes, definitely stay tuned for those. And I'm glad you're enjoying the show. And yeah, we are all uber nerds here. And if you're not, you're probably not even watching this far into the video. So next one is from NC1701 Dan. I like Captain Foley. Chin up. I watched for both your personal videos and Trekyards. Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I was kind of making fun last time because Samuel said, oh, I like the English guy. And I was like, no one watches for Captain Foley. So that's what he's referring to. But thank you very much for your support and for watching. Next one is from Robin Hidgison. Hope I say these right. Can't find the screensaver we were talking about last time. Can you post a link? And that's the NCC 1701 refits bridge display screensaver I had on the last episode. I did tell the file to look for on Google in that video if you want to go back and check it out. I don't have a direct link for it anymore, and I haven't been able to find one. If I do, I'll look after I recorded this, and I'll post it in the description below. If you don't see it there, I haven't found it, but I'll definitely keep an eye out for it and try to include it in a future video for you. So, next is from Ashley Bunker. Good episode as usual. Really enjoy Trekyards and that you take time to talk to us guys. Well, absolutely love talking to you guys, and that's what makes this a cool show, is that you can interact with us, and we're not all snobbity and uppity. Well, Samuel is, because he's British. So, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But I'm Canadian, so I'm very friendly. We all love Star Trek. Big sci-fi fan. Oddly, not the biggest Star Wars fan, though. What other sci-fi series do you enjoy? Just started watching Space 1999 again, and Space Above and Beyond. Well, I like a lot of sci-fi. I love like Quantum Leap, Knight Rider, all the 80s stuff. Space 1999 is good. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Transformers, Buck Rogers, the old 80s series. Probably a lot more that I just can't think of right now. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of definitely all things 80s and a lot of sci-fi. Although I'm kind of a sci-fi snob in a way. Not a huge Stargate fan. I watch it, you know, but I just, to me it's like a Star Trek wannabe, you know. And I think the whole Stargate thing, all of the Stargate series, are just one big holodeck program that the Doctor is playing out because, you know, he's in those. So that's my theory. You know, it just comes across as a Star Trek wannabe kind of, and yeah, I haven't really got into Stargate. The one I like the most would have to be Stargate Atlantis, I think. So, but yeah, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Samuel's going to kick me in the ass because he loves it. So does my wife. She loves Stargate too. I try to watch them, but some of them are just boring. Sorry. Kevin Clarkson. Excellent and informative as always, Chief. Blah, blah, blah. Can't speak today. I have some questions I'd like to ask. As an avid model maker, have you ever kitbashed your own design or thought about it? And if so, could you describe the reason for the design? Well, yes, indeed I have, and I'll show you that right now. Take my webcam off here. Right there. Right there. That's just a simple kitbash of kind of like a TOS Miranda type deal, like a tug almost, but without the tug boom on it. My camera really won't reach up there unless I do this. There we go. So yeah, it's the USS Holmes. It's a scientific research vessel, registry NCC 221B. Just a quick kit bash. So yes, I have done them before. Not very good at them. It's very simplistic, but cool nonetheless. I would like to do more, and I am learning from a few people from the model group how to do kit bashes and whatnot. So there might be more on the horizon. We'll have to see. So I'll continue his comment here. Also, I can tell that you not only are a big Star Trek fan, but you are well versed in the art of science fiction. And you are well versed in the art of science fiction. But is there any other sci-fi story or franchise that you like that may be a guilty pleasure? For example, I was a big fan of Babylon 5 spin-off Excalibur. Like I said just a minute ago, I got a lot of guilty pleasures. Most of them are kind of mainstream. I probably do have a few that I wouldn't want to really admit to. Like, I love Beast Wars. I love Transformers Prime, stuff like that, which is kind of under the radar a little bit. I used to hate Beast Wars, but then they tied in G1 and it became really awesome. One of my favorite Transformers. So, I can't really think of anything else to say about that. So, and lastly, JWSGM. Hey, I like the Englishman too. So do my friends who noticed him right off the bat. Don't know what to say about that. You got some fans, Samuel. And yes, so there. Alright, a few other things I'd like to mention. First of all, I'd like to say a shout out to Bruno Signori from Starship Oberetti. He had a Star Trek marathon, or a Trekyards marathon on May 23rd, his birthday, where he watched all the episodes at home on his big screen, and he posted some pictures of those on the Trekyards site, as well as Trekyards Declassified site, because he is a member. And so I just wanted to send a shout out to him. Happy birthday to you, and thank you so much for being a huge fan of Trekyards. Sorry that more people didn't attend, because we would have loved to have a Skype conversation with all you guys and answer your questions, which we can still do at some point down the road, but it just didn't quite work out that way, so we apologize for that. Also, like I said, he sent in some pictures of him in front of his big TV with the Trekyards on in the background. We would love for you guys to submit fan pictures, anything Trekyards related. If you're watching a Trekyards episode, picture of your TV screen, or how you watch Trekyards, or your computer screen while you're watching it, or you in front of it, whatever you want to do. I think it'd be really neat to see that and interact with you guys on that kind of level. Also, the Declassified site. Now, you became a member of that by donating $30 or more to the Indiegogo campaign. So there's still a few people we're waiting on. We've sent out emails with the link. You just have to click the link and ask to join the group, and we'll get you in. But if you didn't donate to the Indiegogo and you still want to become a member, you can do that. Go to Trekyards.com and click on the donate button. And because it's not a campaign right now, we kind of decided a donation of $20, we will include you in the Declassified Trekyards behind the scenes site, which has some cool stuff. So do that. Either go to Trekyards.com and donate, or shoot us an email, and maybe if we can trade services, something, help us out somehow, we can see about getting you in the group. Plus, we're going to be running some contests, probably on Captain Foley's Captain's Logs here. Sorry, text message. Contests so that you can win declassified invite to the group, so you don't have to pay. But I don't know what kind of contest we're going to have. If you guys can come up with any suggestions, please leave those in the comments below, and we'll figure something out. Also, Wonderfest is this weekend. Really excited. Going to be taking Michael's Romulan Terrorbird model to the show, and we're going to be having the screening of the part 1 of that episode on the Saturday, which is May 30th. Yes. So you can check that out, the first episode of the Terrorbird, and it's going to be at Wonderfest, so that's a nice tie-in, and we're going to have John Eves and Rick Sternbach there, and there's going to be some Trekyards exclusive stuff from there, hopefully. I can get some videos or interviews or talk to people, get some cool stuff. We are also, I have Trekyards Originals written down here. This Saturday with the Terrorbird is the first Trekyards Original. It's a new show that we're doing. So we have Trekyards Classic, Trekyards One Hit Wonders, Trekyards Treknology, Trekyards Legends, and Trekyards Originals now. So we have another show, and I just kind of wanted to mention that the release schedule isn't going to be the same as it has been, where it's, One Hit Wonders, and then regular episode, and then Legends, and then Treknology, month after month after month in that order. We run into some issues where we don't have certain episodes ready or filmed, or we had them filmed months ago, and they're edited, they're ready to go. But so we're going to kind of just shuffle the schedule and however we see fit. Don't worry, you're going to get all the same shows. You're just not going to get them in any particular order. So, and when we do a Trekyards Original, we're going to try to do part 1 one week, and then part 2 the following week, so you don't have to wait for another episode you don't have to wait a month to see part 2, like we have done with like the Legends and whatnot, because that can get kind of frustrating, and we understand that. So we're going to try to do it the following week, wrap it up, kind of thing. I already talked about Commander's Corner. I want to have a question from Samuel for every Captain's Log, so that you guys can kind of see our interaction, and that should be fun. We are also going to be experimenting with gaming videos. We've Sins of the Solar Empire. There's a Star Trek mod for it, so it's kind of like Armada 3 in a way. That, Bridge Commander, a whole bunch of other Star Trek games, Armada, we want to play and get some screen captures and kind of share that with you guys. We're going to be doing some tests soon, which will be released on the Trekyards Declassified site only, and we'll see if we can maybe bring another Trekyards type show game related for you guys, but that's kind of in the experimental stages right now, so stay tuned for that. And that's about all I have for this captain's log, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it's kind of blah blah blah, bumbly, and it's early morning, and I just haven't had enough coffee, I don't think. So, and plus I haven't been having the very best of day, to be honest with you. So, but I'd also like to send a special shout out to Josh Spencer, one of our special guests on Trekyards. For he actually came down and visited me yesterday for my kind of early birthday bash with my family was here, and he showed up unexpectedly because he had arranged it with my brother and whatnot. And it was kind of really cool to see him. He just left today. He stayed overnight at not at my place, but at a hotel nearby. And we went out this morning and did a few things. But special shout out to him. He's our FASA and Starfleet Battles guest star. He worked on both of those, designed some ships, designed a whole race for Starfleet Battles, the Interstellar Concordium. So, Josh, thank you for visiting. It was awesome seeing you, meeting you in person, and looking forward to doing it again. Sorry, I wasn't in the best of moods in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I'm still not awake yet, but I wanted to get this captain's log out and early this week so that you guys could enjoy it before Wonderfest, and you could be tuned in, ready to go on Saturday when the Terrorbird episode Part 1 comes out. Anyway, I think that's it for this one, guys. If you have any suggestions about fixing the quality of my video, if this quality doesn't turn out the way I like, please let me know. And yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. This is Captain Foley signing off until next time. Bye, guys.